Hello and welcome to another episode of XBLA Wednesday for the week of August 1st. We're going to begin all of our weeks on Wednesday because that's when XBLA stuff starts. Today's release for the Summer Arcade is Deadlight, a 2D platform puzzler from Tequila Works as published by Microsoft Game Studios. It's available for 1,200 Microsoft points, and it's kind of going for like a Limbo-esque feel. It takes place in 1986 Seattle, kind of a revisionist world, as you can tell. Everyone's kind of dead and walking at the same time. It's a little crazy. It's not too crazy. I mean, you know, zombies, we've heard of them. This is one of those, I'm assuming it's one of those viral things. They haven't really explained it throughout the demo, so I'm assuming that that's something you're going to find out when you play more. The game is supposed to have one of those that sort of feel like, what do I need to do to kill all the zombies and not die and then get to the next door? Oh, there it is. I found it. Solution found. Ross, our reviewer on the game, he actually gave it a skip it, unfortunately. Here's a little bit of what he had to say. Deadlight is a game full of good ideas built on solid game mechanics, but it is bogged down by poor design, which seems determined to frustrate more than entertain. There's just not much fun or entertainment to be had here. With a poorly written and presented narrative, it's a sadly disappointing first try from Tequila Works. He liked the satisfying platforming when it works, the visually interesting, beautifully rendered 2.5D graphics, and the overall tone and atmospheric deliverance of the game. However, he didn't like the trial and error puzzles, clunky combat, arbitrary platforming limitations, and poorly executed story. And of course, following every Summer of Arcade release, we have another track released by Red Links in Trials Evolution. This one, of course, is about Deadlight. Admittedly and unfortunately, after how great the Racketeer one is, this one's not as cool. It's a good track and it's fun. I mean, you know, it plays well. It kind of fits into the sort of medium range. There's only a couple of the more advanced techniques you're gonna have to use, and really, even then, that's more just to get a good score rather than to necessarily just complete the track. But it doesn't really have anything sort of key, I guess, about the game for them to really manipulate. So, I mean, it's a fun track. You should definitely go ahead and try it. But, like, it doesn't have, you know, like with Racketeer, there was the whole entirely different game to it to play. And with Tony Hawk, they had sort of the collectibles, and you could collect skate, and it was based on a level. In this one, I would say the key feature is just how well they captured the Deadlight atmosphere. Whatever reason, maybe they just already came prepared to this, but there was this, like, the perfect filter on the entire game. Like, it just got the gray, it's got the silhouettes, and it nails it perfectly. Speaking of nailing it perfectly, this week's Sales and Specials app is full of games that we gave buy-its, which is pretty cool, right? If you do the scratch and match and you fail, or I guess if you win, you would get, I think, Pirates versus Ninjas Dodgeball. Nobody cares about that. If you fail, though, you're going to get some pretty great deals. You're going to get 400 Microsoft points off Orcs Must Die, a fantastic game which we gave a buy-it. Or 200 Microsoft points off of Deadliest Warrior. Now, there's a sequel to this, which you may be more inclined to buy, but we gave the previous one and the sequel a buy it, so there you go. The Chain Reaction, a little sort of game where you have to buy each successive sale item to unlock the next one. It features all board games. I guess that's what the theme of the week is for that. We've got Uno, Risk Factions, Carcassonne, a game that I personally am a huge fan of, and Full House Poker. And lastly, in the deal of the week, a bunch of the Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light DLC is on sale. So thank you for checking out this week's XBLA Wednesday, and we'll catch you next week.